lookout for kiosks on the main concourse and for volunteers wearing lime green colored vests to purchase your tickets now. Coming up, it's Game 3 of the American League Championship Series between the Toronto Blue Jays and your Seattle Mariners. Our key stats, notes, and postseason insights. Direct your attention to Mariners Vision to see what's on tap. Presented by Seattle Sports, the official radio station and radio partner of your Seattle Mariners.
I've been demoted. Right. Leave me the fuck alone, please.
Ryan. Pitcher, number 26, Emerson Hancock. Pitcher, number 36, Logan Gilbert. Pitcher, number 43, Caleb Ferguson. Pitcher, number 46, Trent Thornton. Pitcher, number 47, Matt Brash. Pitcher, number 50, Bryce Miller. Pitcher, number 54, Carlos Vargas. Pitcher, number 55, Gabe Spire. Pitcher, number 58, La Piedra Luis Castillo. Pitcher, number 64, Casey Legamina. Pitcher, number 73, Logan Evans. Closer, number 75, Andres Munoz. Infielder, number 76, Leo Rivas. Pitcher, number 77, Lou Jackson. And pitcher, number 83, Edwin Mazzardo. Now on the field, the staff, coaches, and reserves for the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, here are the starting lineups for tonight's ALCS Game 3. First, for the visiting Toronto Blue Jays, as announced by manager John Schneider. Pitching for Toronto, warming up in the bullpen, number 57, Shane Bieber.
We saw the Blue Jays, the top seed in the AL. They are frustrating to play against.
Bryce Miller has dug deep and gone 6 innings.
This is gonna go! It is
The Seattle Mariners shut down the Blue Jays in Game 1.
They win the opening 2 games on the road here in Toronto.
Now, the American League Championship Game 3 starting lineup for your Seattle Mariners, as announced by manager Dan Wilson. Batting first, the left fielder, number 56, Randy Rosarena. Batting second, warming up in the pen, catcher, number 29, the big dumper, Cal Roy. number 44, Julio Rodriguez. Batting fourth at second base, number 7, Jorge Polanco. Batting fifth, first baseman, number 12, Josh Naylor. Batting sixth, bringing the good vibes at third base, number 28, Eugenio Suarez. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 8, Dominic Canzone. Batting eighth, right fielder, number 10, Victor Robles. And batting ninth, the smoothest shortstop in baseball, number 3, J.P. Crawford. Pitching for the Mariners, warming up in the bullpen, number 68, George Curley. Let's hear it one more time for your 2025 American League West champion, Seattle Mariners.
Hello, Joe. Thanks, man.
At this time, we ask you to please rise. Vocalist Trumpuala, 17-year-old Malika, 14-year-old Shaleshe, and 13-year-old Temwine. They are the Mwongo sisters.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Now, we direct your attention to center field, where Mariners season ticket members present tonight's colors with our grand flag as the Mwongo sisters perform the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the
You betcha.
That's the best.
In 32 years, the Seattle Mariners have never been. They are 2 wins away from their first trip to the Fall Classic. We welcome inside with the Hall of Famer John Smoltz. I'm Joe Davis. We asked the question before Game 1, do the Mariners have enough left in the tank after that 5-game series against the Tigers? Turns out it was a bad question. They didn't just survive those 2 games there in Toronto. They won them both, and they did it how they've done it all year, the pitching and the power.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an up and down season until the last 30 games. The last 30 games, you can make an argument they're the best team in baseball. They rode that stretch to win the division, win that improbable 5th game, and then rode to the 2-0 lead in this series. You talked about their ERA and their pitching, outstanding. When they get power, they're tough to beat. All the credit gives to that team and that clubhouse for enduring what they did to get to this point.
We're going to find out what these Toronto Blue Jays are made of. They were made of a bunch of offense against the Yankees. They steamrolled through the division series, but they've been stymied through 2 games here. The fastest way for them to turn it around is the guy that had led them for most of the season, Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Absolutely, and it starts in the first inning. They just need to score first, get this great crowd as dim as possible, and it starts with Vladdy. You see 0 for 7. He was outstanding. Toronto wasn't and isn't as great as they were against New York, and they're not as bad as they are the first 2 games. Somewhere in the middle, that offense needs to get clicking with runners on base, and they got to do something better after the 2nd inning. You look at what those numbers are. Those are not characteristic Toronto. I expect a much better offense on the road.
All right, it is the Blue Jays and the Mariners taking another cross-continent flight from Toronto to Seattle. It's the Mariners flying as close to the World Series as they've ever been. Game 3 coming up.
This team means so much to the city of Seattle because they love the game of baseball, and we're representing them.
We want to do really good for the fans. They've been wild. They've been insane. We're doing this because of them.
We're still hungry for more, so we want to give them, something they never had before, which would mean a lot to us and them as well.
And they're back here in Seattle for the first time since that Game 5 win over the Tigers on a beautiful night for baseball. 60 degrees. We go down to the field. Here's Tom Verducci.
Well, thanks, Joe. This energy, this noise is 50 seasons in the making. Seattle has seen 50 seasons of Major League Baseball. 1 with the 1969 Pilots and 49 with the Mariners, who came around out of a lawsuit when the Pilots skipped town. This town has seen 15 straight losing seasons at the start. 3 first ballot Hall of Famers, 1 team that won 116 games, and this gem of a ballpark that replaced a concrete dome. But it has never seen the World Series. No city has waited longer. Tonight, for the 5th time in history, the Mariners are playing a baseball game 2 wins away from the World Series. They're 0-4 in their previous tries. But this is their best chance. 5 games to win 2, starting right here at home. Their rallying cry is seize the moment. It is a moment, a half century in the waiting. Now here's Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Tom. The Blue Jays are changing things up tonight. Anthony Santander back in the lineup, batting cleanup behind Vlad Guerrero Jr. Santander is 6 for 15 with 2 homers off George Kirby, and he should be more of a presence in the 4-hole than Addison Barger, who was hitless in the first 2 games and dropped to the number 7 spot tonight. The Blue Jays also are preparing something of a philosophical shift. With the Mariners pounding the zone, the Jays plan to be more aggressive, taking shots on pitches they can handle. Their idea? To force the Mariners out of the zone, force them to start nibbling. Easier said than done, but something has to change. Joe?
All right, Kenny and Tom, let's take a look at this Blue Jays lineup for Game 3. 34 runs during the division series against the Yankees, where they looked unstoppable, and then George Springer homers on the very first pitch of this series, but not a whole lot since. Lucas and Guerrero follow Springer, and then it's Santander, as Kenny mentioned, up into the cleanup spot. Alejandro Kirk bats 5th, Dalton Varsho 6th. Both those guys had big division series, but quiet so far in the CS. Addison Barger, Seattle native, makes his return here. Ernie Clements at 2nd, and Andres Jimenez bats 9th and starts at short. Time for tonight's same-game parlay, available now on FanDuel. You need Alejandro Kirk and Julio Rodriguez both to record a hit, and Josh Naylor's coming off another 3-hit game to get an RBI. Well, pitching has paved the way for these Seattle Mariners for years and all year this year. This is George Kirby, who started Game 1, started Game 5 of the division series, 14 strikeouts to just 1 walk. And you go back the last month, really, John, 45 strikeouts to 2 walks. As the games have gotten bigger, he's gone to another level.
He has, and he's going to throw a lot of fastballs, which is refreshing when we have an industry that throws the least amount of fastballs. But he's going to do it a variety of ways, and look for that sinker to be a big part of the game. He has great secondary stuff. And listen, they're up 2 games to none. The most important inning he's going to pitch is the first inning. That sounds like elementary, but you don't want Toronto to get ahead, and the first inning is the best way to put up a 0.
The first inning coming up. We already had the ceremonial first pitch. And they're going with the big dogs here with the championship series having arrived. Randy Johnson, the ceremonial first pitch. Jays is saying, hey, Kirby, stop. We're glad we're not facing this guy. Get him out of the game before it even starts. And now these Seattle Mariners, after a 3-1 win in Game 1, after a 10-3 win in Game 2, 2 wins from their first trip to the World Series, and back here at a rockin' T-Mobile Park, where they've won 24 of their last 31 games.
Well, it starts with Springer, and he is really good at igniting a team right from the leadoff spot. So look for some aggression early for the Toronto Blue Jays, as they know the pitcher they're facing is in the strike zone a lot.
The #1 strikeout to walk ratio in Major League history for George Kirby. Speaking of those fast starts, Springer homered on the first pitch of this series, doubled the leadoff game 2. Those are the only 2 extra base hits for the Jays. Off we go in game 3, and it's a sinker for a strike.
He's got such great fluidity to his motion. He can throw the ball up in the zone. He throws it up there about as much as anybody as the starting pitcher goes, and look for that to be a key as well.
That's a bouncing ball to third, sized up by Suarez. First out of the ball game. Defense for Seattle will look like this. In the outfield, Rosarena, Rodriguez, and Robles. Rodriguez just announced as a Gold Glove finalist in center field. Suarez and Crawford on the left side. Polanco and Naylor on the right. And Caroli does the catching for Kirby. One away in this first inning, Nathan Lucas, who John Schneider said wouldn't have been in the game in game 2 had it been the regular season after fouling that ball off his knee, but he grinds his way through it. He had 3 of those 6 hits. 4th outfielder to begin the year, 412 in this postseason. On an 0-1 from Kirby, Lucas fouls it off. Down in the zone, 0-2.
And there's that pitch up. And there's only a couple hitters he wants to stay away from that pitch in the lineup, and the one guy's on deck. But he is a no-nonsense, go-get-him type pitcher, and his defense loves playing behind a guy like this because you're not sitting around. He's not walking guys. He's not creating rallies without hitting the ball.
4 pitches, 4 strikes for George Kirby. Here's his 0-2 inside. Kirby, a first-round draft pick in 2019, debuted in 2022, now in his 4th year. I mentioned the #1 strikeout to walk ratio in Major League history. This is a guy who once began a game by throwing 24 consecutive strikes. He begins this game with 2 quick outs.
Well, the reason this first inning's so important is the adrenaline's through the roof. He'll never pitch another game in his life where the crowd's going to be this intense, knowing they're that close to the World Series. So regular season, you don't have this adrenaline. He's experienced it in the previous series. He came out doing just great, and this will be the biggest game of his life, knowing that the crowd is sensing something that has been waiting for a long time.
His first one to Vlad Jr.'s downstairs, and John Schneider told us, John, a couple hours ago that he sees Vlad getting more and more comfortable being the guy, and never have they needed the guy to be that more than they do right now. Carried him in the division series, hit above 500, but he's hitless in the first 2 games.
Well, this is a great pitcher's park, and the reason that not only is this staff great, but they pitch well here, they attack the zone, and the reason is it's hard to hit homers. I mean, you can do it, but it's hard, and it's a good pitcher's park for a reason.
The last 9 postseason games here, back to 2001, there hasn't been more than 6 runs scored total. It's a tough play for Suarez, and it's thrown by Naylor into the dugout. Guerrero will get second. And just kind of a funky play there. It hung up in the air forever. And then a wild throw. And so Guerrero's at second with 2 out.
Yeah, this ball takes a high chop, and if he short hops it shorter, believe it or not, it's easier. But that short hop was not in the place where Naylor could easily. That's in towards the runner. That's a nightmare for a first baseman because he has to reach in to where the runner is on the base path.
Vlad Jr.'s not that big. He'll be fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Truck him down there. That's ruled a base hit and an E5. And a first inning chance for Anthony Santander. Right away, that lineup change that Ken Rosenthal was telling us about comes into the spotlight. Santander missed last game with a lower back tightness and really has not hit this year. John Schneider, though, says he's got a feeling about him tonight. He's homered against Kirby twice. On a strike. Santander missed a lot of this season with the shoulder issue. He came back for the final week. 4 for 23 since returning. On this 1-1 from Kirby, he swings and misses at the high fastball, strike 2.
Yeah, that's just so tantalizing for the hitter. It looks good coming out of their hand, but that ball has great carry to it. 4-seam version up, 2-seam version down.
Throws that high 4-seam more than anybody in the American League. And opponents hitting 140 against it. His 1-2 is another high fastball.
Wait till you get to see his breaking ball. He hasn't broke it out yet.
How about right there, the slider that he rode against the Tigers. He uses to finish off a scoreless first.